Welcome to Positive Energy with Crystals. My name is Hillary, and this is the second time I've recorded this video. If you've been paying attention over the last week, you'll know that I had some sound issues. And I just did my test video, and it looks good. So I think we're going to be good this time. So I seem a little flustered, that's why. So, this is November, so in October, I worked with Bumblebee Jasper. I love Bumblebee Jasper. Now, I've had a lot of new subscribers over the last 2 months. Thank you very much to all those new people. Thank you to the people that have been with me for a while. Your likes and subscribes and comments, they give me the confidence and the boost to keep making videos. And I love talking about crystals, so I love making the videos, as long as the sound works. So I'm going to explain a little bit more about this series, just so all the new people know what's going on. This series, I work with a crystal for an entire month. I carry it with me every day with my normal amethyst and black tourmaline that I carry every day. So I carry it for the month, work with it, learn about it, get to know it, all that stuff. And then I tell you about my experience, what I liked, what I didn't, what I felt, what I didn't feel, what happened, what I learned, what didn't happen. I think I already said that. What I loved, all that. Pretty much just telling you my experience. And then I choose another crystal the next month. So remember, your experience might be completely different or just a little different from my experience. Don't substitute crystals for medical advice. Follow your medical doctor's advice. Use the crystals to enhance or help their advice. Don't stop your medications. Use them to help your medications work. All that. Don't stop medicines. Don't stop treatments. Always follow your doctor's advice. Anyway, okay. So I've worked with Bumblebee Jasper before. This is also kind of an example of where I work with a crystal 1 month, and then it's probably been about 3-4 years where I actually carried it with me for a month, where the experience is a little different. So you also have to remember that you're going to kind of have different experiences working with the same crystal too. The first time I worked with Bumblebee Jasper, it was intense. I worked with it before I started making videos, and it was actually kind of the reason that it gave me the idea to do this channel. It was more of an intense experience the first time. I can't remember what was going on at the time, but it was exactly what I needed at that time. So I decided to work with it in October because I thought it was exactly what I needed again. It helped, but it wasn't the intense experience that I had the first time, which is okay. So let me go over properties and stuff and tell you what happened. So Bumblebee Jasper, which you're probably going to hear me say Bumblebee Jasper a lot in this video because saying Bumblebee Jasper is so much fun and it makes me happy. And you're going to hear it a lot. So Bumblebee Jasper helps maintain a positive and upbeat attitude through your daily stresses of life. It prevents sadness and depression. It definitely did all that, and it was the reason I wanted to carry it in October. I've had a lot of family stuff going on, stress from that, stress for where we're living, stress from the limbo that we are living in is really starting to get to me. And for some reason, both my husband and I have had a lot of doctor's appointments. Most of them are just like yearly routine stuff, but they just seem to be piling up all at once. Even my yearly eye appointment just kind of landed in the middle of it and added to all of that. life stress stuff, doctor's appointments and stuff like that. So it definitely helped during all that. Let's see. Bumblebee Jasper can help push you closer to finding your life's purpose. I don't know so much at this time that it helped with that this time, but last time it helped me figure out how I wanted to start this channel. I hated watching other crystal channels. I still don't really like watching them. Some of them. I haven't really found one I'm in love with yet. And it's mostly because to me it's kind of like they're salesmen. And a lot of them they have their channel to help them sell their crystals. And it just to me it feels like they're selling the crystals. And they're just listing off a bunch of general stuff that they found in their info packets or that they found online and stuff like that. And it just felt like they were reading it off. I wanted to know about someone's actual working with it, their experience. I wanted to look at a crystal for most of the video and not the person's face, which is why I kind of do it this way, instead of where you're looking at my face and holding the crystal up. I wanted to hear what they liked about it, what happened, all the stuff that I was listing about. I couldn't find a channel like that, so I made one. I love talking about crystals. I love learning about them through research and working with them, and then sharing my experience and my knowledge with others. So Positive Energy with Crystals started because of Bumblebee Jasper. And it kind of, I don't know. It's kind of been the one that when I get frustrated and don't know if I should keep going, I pull it out and kind of hold it. This one is like the perfect palm stone type thing that fits in my hand perfectly. It's skinny, it's pretty. I love it. I also in that collection I bought from somebody else, I'll try to remember to put the picture up. I now also have some towers. I can't remember exactly right now. I think there's at least one sphere. There might be two, but I think there's only one. And I think there's like 2 spheres. I don't know. The picture should be up. But anyway, when I found Bumblebee Jasper in that collection, now the yellow in it is not as bright as this yellow, and the black isn't as bright as this. But I don't care. It's still amazing. It still makes me happy. I love Bumblebee Jasper. Anyway, it's my happy crystal. Next property is you can become more in touch with yourself and understand your deep emotions. Now I'm going to kind of do a spoiler alert for the next video. The crystal I chose to work with in November, I've noticed is kind of making me more emotional, and I'm not understanding it. But having the Bumblebee Jasper kind of still out, because I don't put the crystals away until, well, most of them. If I do one with a lot of crystals in a video, I'll go ahead and put those away. But if I'm doing stuff like this, I still kind of keep it out just to kind of refer back to it and stuff. So having it out, it kind of helps me work through those emotions more. I don't, it's kind of confusing still to me. Today's, what, the 7th? Yeah, November 7th. So I've only been working with that new one for almost a week. Yeah, just about a week. And it's been interesting. Oh, and we'll get to that later. So with Bumblebee Jasper, you should see a slight upbeat in your mental and physical step. Yes. This time it was definitely slight upbeat because I have more. I don't know that it was because I have more stress going on and more frustration. It's just different than it was the first time. The first time I noticed a big upbeat and all that. Bumblebee Jasper also helps with motivation and willpower. Yes. Sometimes my motivation was stronger than what I was able to get to do, though. Example, I found a bunch of baking recipes. I love to bake. I found bunch of recipes to try, and I was very motivated to cook big meals and spend days baking. But we live in a camper with little kitchen space, a small amount of fridge storage, and a tiny stove and oven. So my motivation for all that was definitely kind of a setback in my mental health because I couldn't do all that. Bumblebee Jasper helps with courage. I made a dentist appointment I scheduled it in October. It's not until December, but th- there was a huge step for me. I now have I from then to when the appointment is, I had 2 months to stress about it though. So I will probably need this crystal for that appointment in December, as long as I don't chicken out, which pretty sure my friends, my husband will not let me chicken out, but there's still a possibility, although I'm in a lot of pain. Let's just say I had a horrible dentist experience over 20 years ago. It's been more than 20 years. And I haven't been able to go to one since. I can't even go, like when my husband was having some dental work done, I couldn't go back with him. I would sit in the waiting room and even then had to go outside once in a while because I couldn't sit there. It was that bad. So that'll be fun. Not. Bumblebee Jasper helps you manifest the impossible and achieve goals. Don't know that I really did much of this in October, but I can see how it could help with, because of the courage and the motivation properties, I can see how it would help with that. And I have used it in manifestation work, like in manifestation bowls and stuff like that. So, yes. I guess, it did help manifest some stuff and motivate me to get some stuff done. I got more subscribers on my channel, so yes. Bumblebee Jasper helps increase self-esteem and confidence. I know for it. I think it did a little bit this time. Well, yeah, I did because I made the dentist appointment. But also, the first time I worked with it, it definitely helped with self-esteem and my confidence. There was definite step up there. Bumblebee Jasper can help accept change to a point this time. I think that happened. The problem is we're in limbo and have been for longer than we had planned on. I've accepted the change we've had, but I'm not happy with, how do I explain it? I like that we made the big move. I love where we're living. I just don't like that it's not progressing as fast. I guess I'm not accepting that there's not more change. I kind of explained it. So it's hard to explain, but I've accepted the big change. I'm frustrated with the little pieces that are still left. That's a good way to explain it. So let's move on to health stuff. It's always hard to judge health stuff because, like Bumblebee Jasper has with abdominal issues. I didn't have any, so maybe that worked. But I haven't had many abdominal issues since we got all my medicines and all that figured out. So did it help it, or were there just none to help with? So it's hard to judge health stuff. Sometimes I can, and sometimes I have no idea. Let's see, what other health stuff? It helps improve sleep cycle. It may have helped a little bit with that. Improves balance. I didn't have any problems with it, so that may have worked. I do have a problem with balance. Helps you recover faster after an accident. Thankfully, I had no accidents to try that on. It's supposed to help ease allergies, and I think it helped a little bit. But for allergies, I still prefer aquamarine. And if you haven't, be sure you watch that my aquamarine video, because that is now my new favorite for allergies. I think because fall allergies have been bad around here because it was so dry and it was kind of crazy around here. Um, the allergies were bad, and I think it helped a little bit. But like I said, aquamarine is my go-to for allergy issues. Let's see. Bumblebee Jasper helps protect from negative energy. I use black tourmaline and to keep negative energy away from me. And I won't leave that like at home to try to see if Bumblebee Jasper is better at it. I believe it would though because it's such a positive stone. But I always have my black tourmaline. I wouldn't leave it behind just to try it out another crystal because I want my black tourmaline. Not black tourmaline. Bumblebee Jasper promotes happiness and joy. Yes, definitely. I've said many times, not just in this video, but in other videos, just saying Bumblebee Jasper makes me happy. I can picture this crystal, and it makes me happy. I don't even have to have it in my hand, but just knowing that this piece exists makes me happy. So yes, I agree. Definitely agree with that one. Bumblebee Jasper helps with logical decision making. I don't know that I made many logical decisions in October, but I think it would help. It encourages total honesty with yourself. I believe so, mostly from thinking everything. I'm one of those people that I think of all the bad stuff that could happen. And I think about all the ways it could go wrong and how I would react to that. And I noticed that I backed off of doing that. Now I don't have it nearby. I've used honey calcite that for other times, but I think I think Bumblebee Jasper also helps with that. Kind of gets me out of that mindset and makes me realize that those things could happen, but there's a very, very slim possibility that that would. And so I need to be honest with myself that not everything's going to turn out horrible. Let's see. Bumblebee Jasper can help support the bumblebee population. It was October, so I didn't see many. Plus, I'm allergic to bee stings, so I try to avoid any sort of bee, bumblebee, wasp as much as possible. I'm sure it could. Bumblebee Jasper encourages pollination of new projects. I think it has helped pollinate existing projects more. It did, like I was saying before, it pollinated the startup of this channel. Bumblebee Jasper is nurturing, definitely, very much, absolutely. I very much agree with that. It's yes. So, in conclusion, I love Bumblebee Jasper. Originally, I wanted to do some ancestral work this year during October, but I decided I needed a month with my Bumblebee Jasper, and I'm very happy I did choose it for October. So, for November, I'm going to go with blue calcite, and the piece that I'm actually carrying is not right here. I've got a third piece. It's in my little satchel that I carry every day, but it's on the other side of the camper, and I'm not going to go get it right now. So someone commented on a video, that one of my older videos, that their favorite crystal was calcite. And it made me realize I haven't worked with calcite in a long time, and I haven't done a monthly video on one. The only other one I've done is honey calcite, and that's the only calcite video I've done. I don't remember why I bought this, but I have 3 pieces, so I'm guessing I used it um, when I was first starting to work with crystal grids a long time ago. So, and I don't know what the grid was. I have no idea. But honey or blue calcite is what I'm working with in November. So if you have any questions about Bumblebee Jasper, put those in the comments. And don't forget to check out the Positive Energy with Crystals Facebook group. And I will see you next time.